I used to laugh at stories like this. You know the ones. People falling in love with strangers online, sending money, trusting voices they've never heard in real life. I would shake my head and say, that could never be me. I thought I was too smart, too careful, too aware. But deception doesn't knock on your door wearing a mask. It walks in looking like everything you've ever prayed for. And this is my story. It started on a night that felt like every other night. Quiet, uneventful, almost lonely. I was lying in bed, scrolling endlessly, my mind drifting between boredom and overthinking. Then my phone buzzed. A message. "Hey, I feel like I've seen you somewhere before." I remember staring at it, debating whether to reply. It felt random, almost suspicious, but something about it, something small and unexplainable, pulled me in. So I replied, and just like that, everything began. His name was Daniel. At least, that's what he told me. He wasn't just charming, he was perfectly charming. The kind of person who knew exactly how to speak to your heart without sounding like he was trying. Every word felt intentional, every sentence carefully wrapped in warmth. He remembered things, the little things. My favorite color, the way I hated waking up early, the dreams I was too shy to tell anyone else. Every morning I woke up to, "Good morning, beautiful. Did you sleep well?" Every night I fell asleep to, "I wish I could be there with you right now." It sounds simple, doesn't it? But consistency is dangerous. It builds trust. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and somewhere along the line, he stopped being a stranger online and became my person. We talked about everything. He told me about his work, an engineer abroad, always busy, always traveling. His life sounded like something out of a movie. Busy airports, important meetings, long hours, but somehow he always made time for me. That's what made it believable. He sent pictures too. Smiling, handsome, confident. The kind of face that made you feel lucky just talking to him. And I did feel lucky. I won't lie. I felt chosen. Out of everyone, he chose me. Then came the deeper conversations, the kind that make your chest feel tight. "I've never connected with anyone like this before," he told me one night. Neither had I. "I think I'm falling for you." That moment was the beginning of the end, because I didn't question it. I didn't hesitate. I fell too. Everything began to feel real, too real. We talked about meeting, about the future, about things that went beyond the screen. I started imagining what it would be like to see him in person, to finally prove that this wasn't just a digital illusion. And then one day, he said he was coming to see me. I can still remember how my heart raced when I read that message. I couldn't sit still. I couldn't think straight. It felt like everything I had been waiting for was finally happening. But reality has a cruel way of revealing itself. The day he was supposed to arrive, something went wrong. There was a problem at the airport. Documents, fees, complications. His messages became frantic. "I don't know what to do. They won't let me pass. I'm stuck here. I hate asking you this, but I need your help." That moment, that exact moment, was a turning point. I felt it. That tiny voice in my head whispering, "Something isn't right." But my heart was louder. He needs you. So I helped him. At first it was just a small amount, nothing too serious, something I could easily explain to myself. He'll pay me back. This is temporary. This is what people do for someone they care about. But problems don't come alone. Another issue came. Then another. Each one more urgent than the last. Each one more convincing than the last. And each time, I said yes. Not because I was foolish, but because I believed. Then, slowly, painfully, things began to change. The messages weren't the same. The warmth faded. The attention disappeared. The man who once made me feel like I was the center of his world now made me feel like I was an option. Replies became shorter, calls stopped happening, excuses became routine, and silence became louder than anything he had ever said. That's when the doubt turned into fear, real fear, the kind that sits heavy in your chest. What if this isn't real? For the first time, I allowed myself to question everything, and what I found destroyed me. I took his pictures and searched them. My hands were shaking, my heart was pounding so loudly I could hear it, and then the truth appeared. The same face, the same smile, but under a different name, a completely different identity, a life that had nothing to do with me. Daniel didn't exist, not the Daniel I knew. I confronted him. I needed answers. I deserved answers. At first, he denied everything. He twisted his words, tried to confuse me, made me feel like I was overthinking. But this time, I wasn't blind. I pushed harder. And then, he vanished. No goodbye, no explanation, no apology. Just gone. Like a shadow disappearing at sunrise. And just like that, I was left alone. Not just with an empty chat, but with 1,000 unanswered questions. Every memory felt fake, every word felt poisoned, every moment replayed in my head like a cruel joke I didn't realize I was part of. The truth is, it didn't just break my trust, it broke something deeper, something quieter, something inside me that believed in connection. Because deception doesn't hurt because of what you lose, it hurts because of what you believed was real. For a long time, I asked myself, how did I not see it? How did I fall for it? How did I let someone I've never met get so close to me? But the answer is simple. He didn't look like a lie. He looked like hope. So now I'm telling you this, not as a warning from a distance, but as someone who lived it, someone who felt it, someone who lost more than just money, but a piece of trust that's hard to rebuild. And maybe, just maybe, you're reading this while talking to someone who feels just like he did. Perfect, attentive, too good to question. So let me ask you, if you were in my place, standing at the edge between trust and doubt, with your heart pulling one way and your instincts pulling another, would you listen to the feeling? Or would you risk everything for something that only exists behind a screen? Share your thoughts with me in the comment section.